to give an update, let you know how I'm doing. So just a quick recap. As those who've been following me know, I had a cancer around my right kidney. It was a 15cm tumour. They reckon I've been having it, at first they said 5 years, but subsequent follow-ups and histology and that, they reckon I've nearly had it for 10 years. You can imagine the length of my hand, and that being my kidney, it had basically wrapped itself all around my right kidney. I was then transferred onto Salford Royal. Because of the size of the tumour that was going around my kidney, the only way they could get it out was to do what they call an open radical nephrectomy. But with myself, because of the size of it and the removal of the full kidney, I was cut from here all the way across and all the way down to my hip. I was in hospital for about 7 days. The follow-ups from that were all good. The operation had gone well. They managed to remove all the tumour, and they had to remove the kidney as well, and some of my renal vein as well had to be removed because the tumour had got onto that. Thankfully, there was no signs of it in my lymph nodes, which, you know, is a good sign. So it was all positive news. Yeah, I've got some new hearing aids so if you see these in the video and wonder what they are, that's what they are, the new hearing aids. 12 weeks later, after my operation, my body's recovered, to have some immunotherapy treatment. I was passed on to the Christie Hospital to have my immunotherapy treatment, and for those who don't know, the Christie Hospital is one of the largest cancer units in Europe, and that's all they do. They just specialise in cancer. You go into Christie's on your first appointment and you're feeling quite high. If we had a scale of 1 to 10 or 0 to 10, then 10 being how you feel great, to 0 being kicked in the nuts. When I went to Christie, I was on about an 8 because I was a little bit apprehensive that, you know, they'd about the immunotherapy and stuff. But when I went to the Christie, it was, when I come out of it off the first visit, I was basically 0 again. You know, they bring you back down to earth with a bump, because, and rightly so, what they do is they take you back to a baseline scan. So they'll do their own CT scan. They had found some small tumours growing in my lungs. It spread from the kidney cancer that I had. So it completely bowled me over. A few questions that I wanted to ask. You know, your first question is, I think when somebody tells you you've got cancer, how long have I got to live? The way things have developed certainly over the last few years, the cancer treatments, it's just come on leaps and bounds. And it's a question that they can't answer. It does really, really kick you mentally. And you've just got to try and remain positive. It was my choice to let people know. It wasn't anybody else's, it was my choice to let people know I've got cancer. And by doing these videos like this is to try and help others who are on that same journey. I went to the oncologist for the second time, and when she told me, I was like, well, how long have I got to live? She said, don't know. She said, it all depends, you know, you're just at the start of the journey. So I'm like, right, okay. Now that I've started immunotherapy treatment, but because of the tumours in my lungs, I'm also taking daily tablets as well. Now, both the immunotherapy and the tablets both have side effects. At the minute, I've just had my first treatment this week. The day before my immunotherapy, I had to have some more blood tests. The oncologist, our doctor that I saw, and we were chatting, and I said, oh yeah, on the immunotherapy then. I said, so I'll be sat, for an hour and a half, 2 hours, IV lining, machine running, putting the treatment through me? No, he said, you're not having that type of treatment. I went, all right, okay. I said, so what is it like? He said, it's actually an injection. It's been brought out, certainly at Christie's Hospital, from September this year. So now it's not an injection that, boom, done. It's an injection that goes into your leg She has to sit there basically over a 5-minute period and slowly put it into me. So overall, you sat in the chair for, say 20 minutes. So you've done all the faffing about at the beginning and after it. And yeah, it weren't too bad. I just got a bit of a dead leg the next day. So, but yeah, it was great. You could feel it going in. It was like a stinging sensation when it's going in, but nothing major. It was fine. So the immunotherapy is to make your own immune system fight cancer cells. The tablets that I'm taking are to try to stop the tumours that I've got growing in my lungs from getting any bigger and spreading, and if I'm lucky, reduce them down in size. I'll only know that when I have my next lot of CT scans, which is in about another 4 months. I won't know whether the treatment's working either till then. The other thing that surprised me when I went the day before my immunotherapy was I said to them, I said, I had kidney cancer and now I've got lung cancer. He said, no, you don't have lung cancer. And I was like, what? He said, you don't have lung cancer. I thought, what does he mean? I have cancer in the lung, and this is just blew my mind, but I kind of understand it now. I have cancer in the lung, but it's the same cancer as what was on my kidney. So I've got kidney cancer in my lung. There is a medical term for it. I can never bloody remember the medical terms for it, but it's actually shortened down. It's lung mets, and you'll see a lot of people who say they've had kidney cancer and lung mets. And I always wondered what that was, and that's what it is. If they was to take a biopsy now, it would be exactly the same cancer as what I had on my kidney. I was thinking that I had a new type of cancer within my body, and I haven't, so that was a positive as well. I need to keep some normality in my life, that's one thing, but there's other victims in this as well. It's your family, and my wife's been going through her own issues, and she is, and we had a chat about it, and she said, if I'm okay, then she's okay, and I respect that. You know what? Life can be really shit at times. You can all make plans for the future and this, that and the other, and put a plan in place. But when you're suffering with cancer, you really need to live each day. However, me saying that, the plan is to learn to live with it for now, and pray and hope that future CT scans will show that the treatment is working. We fight on, we keep swinging the punches at life. That's what I'll do. I'll keep swinging the punches. Yeah, just try and live life to the best I can, and we'll just take each day as it comes. That's all you can do. So until the next time, we'll see you soon.